Good morning, friends. In the last lectures, we complete combined stresses, and that's why I started today. Now, as per our third units, shear and moment in beam. So actually this is nothing but shear force and bending moment so this is as per our syllabus, but this is also called as shear force and bending moment because in the buildings and in the structures it is important to study different types of the to study shear force and bending moment. So shear force is defined as the algebraic sum of the all forces. Shear force defined as algebraic sum of all forces on the beams. And bending moment this is also algebraic sum of all moments, that is left of sections and right of section on the beam. Here also shear force also algebraic sum of the all forces. So that is that may be for downward force or that may be upward forces on the beams. So in the left hand side of the sections, or suppose this is a beam and these sections x-axis, your forces may be likewise and moment may be clockwise or anti-clockwise. So this is called shear force and bending moment. Now in the for study about the shear force and bending moments, we should know so what are the different types of the loads or what are the different types of the beams. For calculations of the shear force and bending moments, so different types of the beams. First beam is the cantilever beam. Second is the simply supported beam. Third is simply supported with overhanging. Third is the continuous, fourth beam, and fifth is the fixed beam. So as per our syllabus, we are interested to these three types of the cantilever beam, simply supported beam and simply supported with overhanging, continuous beams and fixed beams. So these continuous beams may be studied in the deflections of the beam, but these chapters we are interested cantilever, simply supported and simply supported with overhanging. and this fixed beams. So the complications is more complicated, and this is not as per syllabus. Cantilever beams means such type, and this is such type of the beams are called as cantilever. Simply supported beam means maybe one support may be fixed support, and this beam may be a rest, and this is also rollers, and this is beams rest beam, and this is simply supported. Beam rest on hinge. So hinge may be rollers or that may be fixed. Simply supported with overhanging means, suppose this is or this is fixed and this is roller type, and this is simply supported with overhang. Now continuous beams means here's more than two supports, so that supports more than two supports, so this is called continuous beam. Continuous beam. And fixed beam is, yes, this beam is fixed. Likewise, so such types of the beams are called fixed beams. So this is actually fixed, or this is called fixed beam. These beams are called as fixed beam. So different types of the supports. So here's this is three types of the supports. Types of supports. Three types of the supports. One is, this is a roller support. Hinge support. And third type is the fixed support. So roller types means so this is called roller types, and here reactions only. So this is vertically means perpendicular to reactions, so that may be upward or downwards. Hinge supports, in hinge supports, yes, reactions may be vertically and horizontally, but this is not movements. So this is only one movements, and that is horizontal movement, and here's reactions only vertical. Here's in this case both reactions horizontal and vertical. And in the fixed supports, so here's reactions and vertical reaction, horizontal reactions, and simultaneously couple may be acting. Couple may be acting. So such type of the supports are called as fixed supports. Now you understand what are the different types of the beams, what are the different types of the supports. Now different types of the, what are the different types of the load. So three types of the loads as per our subject point of view: concentrated, or point load. Second, uniformly distributed load. And third is uniformly varying load. So concentrated loads or yes, this type of the loads are called as point load or concentrated load. And uniformly distributed loads means, suppose this is simply supported, such type of the loads are called as UDL, short form UDL. And uniformly varying means such type. This is called uniformly varying. This is UDL and this is point load or concentrated loads. Try to understand. So this is load, increasing the loads, or these lines maybe you can call as rising line, and if the downwards means that is the lowering lines. So these are the three types of the loads. Now you note what are the types of the beams, what are the types of the supports, and what are the types of the loading and shear force and bending moments. So first we will see what is the sign convections. Sign convections in the shear force and bending moment diagram. Sign convection. Suppose this is positive, or directly you can call as positive shear force diagram, and this is called negative shear force diagram. So what is meaning of this? So suppose this is sections XX, and upward all forces in the left hand side, upward forces, that is to be positive. This is positive. And in the right hand side, downward forces is to be considered as a positive in the sections. And in the negative shear force diagrams, here's upward forces, this is considered positive, and the downward forces in the left hand side, that is to be considered negative. So this is sign convections. And bending moment, if the moment is right hand side, this is clockwise and this is anti-clockwise, and if the sections, and this is clockwise, and if the sections, this is anti-clockwise, in the left hand side this is negative, this is negative. So this is x axis, and this means clockwise movement if the sections in the left hand side, so that times positive, and anti-clockwise movements also if the right hand side, this is positive, and this is clockwise negative, and anti-clockwise also negative. This is anti-clockwise negative and clockwise negative when the right hand side. So try to understand this. If this is anti-clockwise positive, and if this is anti-clockwise in the right hand side negative, clockwise in the left hand side positive, and anti-clockwise in the left hand side negative. So this is sign convections we are considering during the drawing up of the shear force diagram. Now suppose problems first, draw shear force and bending moment diagram for the beam as shown in figure. Suppose this is simply supported beam, one meter. This is 2, 3 kilonewton, and this is 4 kilonewton. So for this, here suppose this is A point and this is B point, and this is C, D and E point. If the point is not given, so first mark all the points. So that's why step first, calculate a reaction at support A and B. So that's why, because this RA, this is upward, because all the loads, 3 vertical loads, so that comes on the 2 supports, that is A support and B supports. So that vertical loads balanced by these 2 supports. So that's why RA plus, this is upward reactions, this is RA plus RB equal to, and downward force 2 kilonewton plus 3 kilonewton plus 4, this is equal to 9 kilonewton. In this case, 2 unknown, so we require another one equation. This is one equation and we require another equations, because for the calculations above the 1 point. So that's why we'll consider moment. Next step second, by taking moments about A point. Now at A point, so first try to see this B point, a reaction RB, this is one moment, this is anti-clockwise, and this anti-clockwise, and here 3 moments, because 4 kilonewton multiplied by distance, this is second, and this is third. And this force RB multiplied by 4. So that's why we can consider 4 into RB, because this is anti-clockwise moment, and these anti-clockwise moments balanced by, for equilibrium conditions, 3 moments, that is 4 kilonewton multiplied by 3, distance 3 meter, this distance, and this is second, this is, and this is first. So that's why 2 into or 3 into 4, 2 into 3 plus 1 into 2, RB equal to 12 plus 6 plus 2, and this is equal to divided by 4, 20 divided by 4, this is equal to 5 kilonewton, RB equal to. So that's why RA plus RB equal to 9 kilonewtons, RA equal to 9 minus 5 equal to 4 kilonewton, right? So third step, draw shear force diagram or shear force calculation, or shear force calculation, you can call as shear force calculation. Here's first points, so that's why you can consider shear force just left hand, L for left and H for hand side of A point. So in the left hand side there is no any force, so that's why this is equal to 0. Shear force just right hand side of A point, and this is equal to, now this reaction that is to be considered, RA equal to 4 kilonewtons, RA equal to 4 kilonewtons, this is upward force, and as per our assumptions upward force is positive, so that's why this is positive 4 kilonewtons. Next, now shear force just left hand side of B point. Now in between A and C there is no loads, so that's why this is remains same, 4 kilonewton. Now the effect of the 2 kilonewton that is to be considered during the calculations about the shear force at right hand side. Shear force just right hand side of, so this is I am writing detail B point. Now this plus 4 because this is upward and this force 2 kilonewtons downwards, so that's why minus 2, and this is equal to 2 kilonewton. Next, shear force just left hand side of C point, again up to C point, sorry, this is C point, this is C point, now this is D point, means D point just left hand side, there is no any force, that's why this is 2 kilonewton. Now shear force just right hand side of D point, this is equal to 2 kilonewtons, and this 3 kilonewtons, effect of the 3 kilonewtons that is to be considered, so that's why minus 3 means this is minus 1 kilonewton. Now next, shear force just left hand side of E point. E point means up to E point there is no any force, that's why this remains same, minus 1 kilonewton. Now shear force just right hand side of E point. Now effect of the 4 kilonewton that is to be considered during the calculations about the shear force, just right side above the E point, and this is downward, so that's why minus 1 minus 4 equal to minus 5 kilo Newton. Now shear force just left hand side of B point. At B point means minus 5 kilonewton because there is no any force, and shear force at B point. At B point now RB upward force, so that's why minus 5 plus 5, this is equal to 0. Now under the these diagrams are called as load diagram, and under the exact below of the load diagrams you can draw shear force diagram. Project this point by a dotted line, mark all points, A point, B point, C point, D point and E point. Now at A points, intensity of the shear force, and this is starts from 0 and this is 4. Suppose this is 0 and next point is the 4. Now in between means this is shear force just left hand side of the C point means 4 kilonewton. So that's why you will get this is horizontal line. Here is also 4 kilonewton. Now at point C point, right hand side above the C point, and this is 2 kilonewton downwards. In between C to D no load, (2 kilonewton). At D point minus 1 kilonewton. So here don't write minus because these diagrams mean this is positive sign that indicates what do you mean, this is the magnitude, and the directions that indicate this sign. Now in between D to E is up to just left hand side above the E point minus 1 means just here, right? Now at E point again minus 5 kilonewton, so that's why this is project 5 kilonewton. Next 5 to again up to left hand side above the B point 5 kilonewtons, and from this point this is 0. So this is your shear force diagram. Mark this flow up of the shear force. So these diagrams, by only observing shear force diagrams, you can calculate where is the intensity of the shear force. So at D points, here shear force diagrams change its sign from positive to negative. So these points are also called as point of contact flexures of the shear force diagram. This is shear force diagram. Now similar to shear force calculation against next is the step 4th, bending moment calculation. Bending moment calculation. For this case, bending moment. Now bending moment equal to bending moment at A point. So bending moment at A points, force multiplied by distance equal to 0. So that's why bending moment at A points, bending moment at A point equal to 0. Second point is the C point. So at C point, because we are starting from left hand side, bending moment at B point. Now this is equal to force 4 kilonewton and distance equal to 1. So that's why 4 multiplied by 1, and this is directions clockwise. This is equal to 4 kilonewton meter, because moments force multiplied by distance, and distance unit here is meter. So that's why 4 kilonewton meter. Next, bending moment at this is C point at D point. Now at D point, here two moments, and this is one and clockwise, and this is another anti-clockwise. So clockwise moments 4 multiplied by distance 2, anti-clockwise moments 2 multiplied by distance equal to 1, because these are the two opposite moments. One is clockwise and another is the anti-clockwise. So that's why here change of the sign. 4 minus this is 8, 6 kilonewton meter. Next, bending moment at E point. Now at E point, here 3 moments. One is reactions RA multiplied by distance equal to 3, because this is 1, 1, 1, and here's 2 moments, 2 multiplied by 2, 1 meters, 1 meters, and 3 multiplied by only 1 meters. So that's why you can write clockwise moments 4 multiplied by distance equal to 3, and anti-clockwise 2 multiplied by distance 2 meter, and this is third moment 3 multiplied by 1. This is 12 minus 4, 8 minus 3, and this is 5 kilonewton. Now for simply supported beams, always remembers at end points you will get bending moment at end points equal to 0, but you have to check. So bending moment at B point equal to, now summations above the all 4 means moment. See, yes, 4 multiplied by, because force and this is distance increasing. So instead of the 4, because now we are calculating bending moment at B point, distance increasing. So that's why here you can write 4 multiplied by, or otherwise for understanding purpose, 4 multiplied by 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 distance minus 2 into 1 plus 1 plus 1, because this is 1, 1, 1, and this 2 anti-clockwise, minus 3 into distance, this distance 1 and this is 1, minus 4 multiplied by only 1 meter. This is equal to 4 multiplied by 4, this is 16. 2 multiplied by 3, minus 6, minus 3 into 2, minus 6, and this is minus 4. So this is equal to 0. So that's why this bending moment diagram A point, B point, C, D, E. Now maximum bending moment at 6 kilonewton. This is 4 kilonewton. So approximately by taking distance, you can mark 5.5 kilonewton and join this is by straight line, because this is concentrated load and this is your bending moment diagram. Because this is positive, so for positive you have to consider above the this x-axis or above the beams. So these moment diagrams are called as positive bending moment diagram. So means sixth step or fifth steps is drawing above the shear force diagrams and drawing above the bending moment diagrams. So I think for today's lectures this is sufficient, and try to remember this. And if you have any doubts related with the shear force, because shear force bending moment diagrams, this is very important being as a mechanical engineers for the designing above the points, means you should know how to draw the shear force diagrams. So that's why today I stop here and we will continue the remaining portions about the shear force bending moment diagrams in the next class. So that's why today I stop here and we will continue remaining portions in the next class. Thank you.